Hello, hello. Welcome back.
Welcome again.
Taken a brief hiatus.
Yeah, I know it's summer and we're busy, and I'm sure you are too,
Yes,
but
lots of things going on. There's the 4th of July.
other stuff
Yeah.
that we plan with friends and family. But we always appreciate you stopping by. We're Relatably Random. I'm Katie.
And I'm Allison.
Yes, so much appreciation for you guys. We hope you can listen to us and feel like you
Have a safe place to hang out.
Yeah. Just find us soothing or entertaining or whatever you want us to be.
And we hope you had a good holiday. Happy 4th of July.
Yeah. But we have a topic for you today, a mystery, a disappearance. Yes.
Or a murder. We don't quite know.
Yeah. You can decide at the end. But first we're going to kind of talk about, we do Relatably, a school of random is what it's called. And I couldn't think of something that I've learned, but I remember you sharing with me that you have, like, are you completely cutting out caffeine then, or?
I don't think I'm completely cutting out caffeine. I think I might still have tea.
Okay.
Because I feel like tea is a much more stable form of caffeine.
Okay.
And I don't think it's as habit forming, but I got on a little coffee kick. I have gastritis, which is kind of and you have it too, right?
I have it too. Yeah. I'm not taking anything. I just kind of tailor my diet, but
yeah. But it's basically just a sort of worse form of acid reflux. I know everybody probably assumes that since gas is in the name, it's not. It's that you're gassy.
Sounds gross.
You
can be,
but excuse me. It's actually more of an acid reflux problem, where it kind of makes you feel like tight in the chest. And if you eat certain foods, your acid reflux will get worse. What else?
They like trigger it.
Yeah.
I just get really bad, like
heartburn.
Really bad heartburn.
Yeah.
I feel really full and tightness, like up in the chest.
Sometimes it even makes me feel a little bit nauseous.
Right.
Sometimes.
And it's like you can get triggered. You can eat triggered foods, but then it, like, after you start eating like blander foods, you still have it for like a day or so. You're still like trying to like detox from it, and you
cycle out because I think probably because of the fact that your acid reflux was so bad that it probably did a little bit of damage while it was happening. So you're probably just healing. Anyway, I am not supposed to really be having caffeine, but I went to my yearly checkup and they're like, well, you have to take this pill for your gastritis every day. And I was like, well, dagnammit, if I have to take a pill every day, then I'm just going to enjoy coffee. Yeah. Well, that was the wrong approach. I started having like kind of flare-ups. So I decided to not drink coffee anymore. Like, I think I'm going to be selling my Nespresso machines.
Wow.
Yeah.
Really?
I don't think I'm going to keep it in the house. I think it's just because it's such a temptation, And I think I'd rather stock things like really yummy teas. That way,
teas can be really good.
That way, if I need some sort of caffeine or something like that, I can have that instead. I can still have like a yummy creamer in the house, but I'll put it in like my chai tea or something like that. But the coffee is really bad for me. I love it so much. I love the taste. I love
coffee too.
I love the ritual around it.
Yeah.
I love the smell of it when it's brewing.
Oh, it's so
I love
comforting.
the way it looks when my Nespresso makes a shot. I like the way it looks when I use my Mr. Coffee and it brews into the pot. I love the way it looks when I pour it in a clear glass and then I pour the creamer in it and watch it mix into a caramel color. I love iced coffee. I love hot coffee. Too. I mean, I love coffee.
And and we were talking about this before, like, we know how to make coffee like how we like it. Like we've gone to a couple coffee houses.
Good at it.
Yeah, we've gone to a couple like coffee houses, like Starbucks, of course. But it's like we feel like when we go out, like our coffee is always
It's
better.
like not worth the money because our
No.
coffee's better. Also, I've gotten good at making seasonal drinks. Like I can
Okay.
make myself a really good pumpkin coffee drink.
Yeah.
I can make myself
Yeah,
a
you
good
can.
like peppermint mocha. I mean,
Yeah. There's something about too, like especially in fall, like holding a cup of coffee and just like watching the leaves and looking out your window, and it's just like
it's comforting.
it is.
Yeah.
And I used to drink coffee every day too
Yeah.
until I was like having all these tummy issues, which other things can cause it besides coffee, like tomato, anything acidic, anything like alcohol, pop can.
Well, and I can't cut tomato out of my diet because I feel like there's tomato in every single dish.
There's a lot.
Like,
yeah, I mean,
we
pizza,
use tomatoes
spaghetti, yeah,
all the time.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, in our Mexican skillet, there's tomatoes. I made adobo chicken tinga that had tons of tomatoes. You make pasta sauce.
Yeah.
That's tomatoes. Like, I can't think of a meal that we make that doesn't have tomatoes in it aside from chicken marsala.
Okay.
So, and maybe that's my cross to bear. Like, maybe I need to find a bunch of recipes that don't have tomatoes in it because I know that is very triggering. But dairy is triggering too.
They say dairy.
And I eat a lot of dairy too. So there's one thing that I can control though, and it's coffee. And unfortunately, no matter how much I love it, I do find that when I drink it, it makes everything much worse. So I decided to cut it out.
Now, are you having caffeine like in other forms though?
I haven't.
Really?
No,
so you've been going cold turkey?
Yeah, I've been going cold turkey, and I've had, like I've been telling you, I told her before we started recording, I have had a headache for like a day and a half. And you know how like sometimes you're just like, okay, I'm gonna go to sleep tonight. When I wake up in the morning, the headache will be gone. It'll be better. Nope. Woke up with a headache. So now I've been having Tylenol.
Headaches.
Because I also knocked my head on the fridge and can't take ibuprofen because that's a blood thinner, and you know we want to make sure that nothing bad happens, that we wake up. You know?
And I mean, maybe TMI, but you and I are both around the same time. Well, you about 6 months later, under doctor direction, went back on birth control.
Yes.
Me for hormonal reasons. Well, both for hormonal.
Yeah,
reasons,
actually, but different issues.
hormonal reasons.
Yeah.
But I feel like that is responsible for some of my headaches. I've missed some, and like since I'm not trying to not get pregnant, I don't double up the next day because I'm like, you know what? It's not like I'm not trying to get pregnant. Like my husband's like has his self fixed, so I don't need to worry about that. But so I'm like, I'll just take the one pill. So I'm not. And when that happens, I get really bad headaches when I miss one.
I don't know if it's, I mean, I'm on my first week of taking it too. Maybe that's also why I have a headache.
Adjusting.
There's a lot of things that are actually very different about this week. Like I said, I bumped my head. I'm detoxing off of coffee. And this is my first full week of being back on an oral contraceptive. And my husband, you know, is fixed too. We're not having any more kids, but like, that I'm on my first week of that, and maybe that's it too. Maybe my hormones are fluctuating so much too that I'm just adjusting. I have been nauseous a lot this week too.
Okay, so maybe it's like
maybe it's the oral contraceptive. Maybe my body just needs to get used to a bunch of different things, and unfortunately, I just decided to give up coffee in the same week, which. It's for the best though, because like I said, I was getting really bad gastritis symptoms. Like, it's not fun. Like, I just feel like I'm like half burping all the time. I feel like I'm full up to bloated. Here. Like, I don't have so much bloating.
I do,
but like I'm just like uncomfortable. You know, I feel like I've dry swallowed a pill. You know,
that's the feeling.
It's not a
good
feeling.
A couple pills.
Yeah.
Sometimes they're like just sitting right here next like expanding on your chest, basically. That's not fun. You know, I didn't dry swallow, but I still have Nutrafol left, so I'm still taking it. I'm just getting rid of it because it has ashwagandha.
You were able to cancel though, right?
I was able to cancel pretty easily. Okay. So just FYI, it did not work for me. It might work for you, but it just didn't work for me. I'm still shedding.
Well, and that it might work for tons of different people, but different people have different shedding reasons.
Issues. So,
and it doesn't work for some people. I've actually heard that minoxidil only works for 70% of people,
which makes me scared of the dread shed. I'm not going to dread shed for no reason.
Yeah, if it's not worth it.
I'm already dread shedding.
Yeah,
like, honestly. But
that's funny too. Like last month, I didn't shed like hardly at all, and now like this month, I feel like hair has just like its own cycles.
Yeah,
because I feel like some months I shed more than others.
Yeah,
this month, like last month, I felt so greasy in my scalp, and then this month, like this is like the 4th day that I haven't washed my hair, and it's sort of greasy, but it's not that bad. Like I just feel like I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I know hair has a mind of its own. I'm still trying to learn about scalp health, but I did.
The body has a mind of its own, which doesn't make any sense, but it does in my mind. So
yeah. Well, I was just gonna say something about the Nutrafol. You have to take 4 pills at a time. I do 2 and 2, but even 2, like the other night I took 2 and I literally was like laying in bed like this, and Alex is like, "What is wrong with you?" I'm like, "I don't know. The pills are like stuck," and I took it with water.
So you swallowed 2 at a time?
Yes.
I would just do one after the other.
That's what I used to do. But I'm like,
unless it's so like a vitamin D pill where it's like
tiny,
like the size of like half of my fingernail.
Yeah.
I will not take 2 pills.
Yeah.
If it's a normal capsule size, it's 1 at a time all the time, because I think gastritis makes swallowing pills harder too.
Yeah, if you're already prone to that. Yeah.
Yes.
So I won't be doing that again.
No.
But yeah, I mean, acid reflux or gastritis is no fun, and we're gonna see how you do on your journey of no caffeine. So
the other thing about
coffee. The
other thing about coffee is that whenever I drink it, the first week I drink it, I feel like a superhuman being. Like I feel like
it's amazing.
I have energy that I hadn't had in ages, and like I'm hyper focused, and I'm getting so many things done. But then the next week happens, and then like I wake up so tired, and then like I'm like, okay, I gotta get my coffee. So I get my coffee, and then like it helps me a little bit, but I don't have that like on top of the world feeling anymore. It's like I'm just adequately awake now.
So are you sleeping better now? Have you noticed? Or
well, the problem is I'm not sleeping better because the last couple of nights there have been awakenings. The Binky Fairy came for our daughter, took all of her binkies because it was time. When she was born, my husband was like, "We're gonna take her binky at 18 months," and I was like, "Okay." Yeah.
And what is she?
Sure.
She's like 33 months now.
No, I'm not one of those moms that goes by months.
Yeah.
She's gonna be turning 3 in a couple of months, and we meant to take her binky away earlier, but we potty trained and we didn't want to take all of her comforts away. So she's actually sleeping, a lot better.
Good.
Than I thought she was going to. However, when she does wake up, she screams in the night. And I just, wake up, I shoot out of bed. And so she did that. I had a hard time falling asleep on Thursday night. And then she woke up at like 2:30 in the morning. And then it was one of those things where like, I have an overactive imagination, and we had watched Widow's Bay, and I was just thinking about the crawl space under that hotel, or thinking about the sea hag. Or, thinking about, the chair and the little cellar doors that open to the chair when the door is closed. And, I was just thinking about a bunch of like really, really creepy things. And then also, Dad had told me that there was, that outbreak of cyclospora, and raspberries are affected by that. And Zoe and I had raspberries that morning, and we rinsed them, of course, but rinsing apparently is not enough.
You folks. Just kept thinking about all this stuff after
I was awake
and went in bed.
Yeah, so I comforted her. It was 2:30 in the morning. I comforted her. She was missing one of her animals, or stuffed animals. I found it, and then of course, I had to go to the bathroom.
Right, which wakes you up even more.
Which wakes me up even more. And then I laid in bed, and then I was like, okay, well, you know what? I'm thinking about all these things. Maybe I should research a little bit more about cyclospora and all the stuff.
Oh my gosh! So you were looking at your phone.
So I was looking at my phone, which kept me up. So I ended up being up for a half an hour. So that was bad. And then there was another night.
See, wait until your kids are teenagers and they're going to the club or in their 20s and going to the club, and you're checking their location at 2 a.m. in the morning. You're like, oh, she's in Maywood right now. Great. So, and then you're thinking about that. Where is Maywood? Or what is she doing in Maywood? Oh, there's a Waffle House right there. But what?
Ooh, that sounds good.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it? Us and our gastritis, guys. We want some of that Waffle House. We can't.
Yes, we do.
This is why we have gastritis. No, just kidding.
I just love food though too.
I know. I love food.
So
should we? You have to let us know how your caffeine.
Yes, I'll keep you updated.
Journey.
But yeah.
All right,
we got the pizza man on the case.
Yeah. So, lost my place. So we have a mystery for you today, guys. We both kind of researched it, so we're kind of going to discuss it. I have a little outline here. But and I feel like it's been talked about on other podcasts because when I went to
I've actually never heard of this before.
I haven't either, but I went on Instagram and they were talking about the Black Dahlia. Black Dahlia case has been solved. And I went in the comments and they were like, no, it's not. And some people are like, no, yeah, it is. It was this doctor guy that killed her, blah, blah, blah. No, look at the Mimi Boomhower one. And I'm like, oh, who's that? So I Googled her. I went down this rabbit hole, talked to you about it. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, I want to do this. Now, the Black Dahlia was a gruesome murder.
And was it solved?
I don't know.
Didn't they have new evidence?
They had new evidence, but everything is so old that they can't really.
It's not like they can charge anyone.
They found a secret room somewhere.
That's what I saw. I saw that.
Yeah. They found a secret room where they're like, oh, was she held captive in this secret room? And I mean, it's all hearsay. You see what I mean? Where's the evidence for that? I don't know. But I didn't look at the article. It does
sound like it's that doctor, though.
It does.
From everything I've heard.
Yeah, that doctor. He might have killed a couple other people. But then the guy commented on this one, and it's never been solved. Mm-hmm. And it's about this widow, Mimi Boomhower.
Okay.
Yeah, and this was a long time ago. Around the time of the Black Dahlia, right? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Late 40s. But she was in her 40s. She was a socialite. She was widowed. She was widowed for about 6 years at the time of her disappearance. She was born in 1901. And there goes my little boy. Okay, little guy.
What are you doing, little guy? We'll just see what he does.
We'll see what he does. Sorry. His name is Psycho.
Psycho Pizza.
Yeah, Psycho Pizza.
I call him the Pizza Man.
But she lived in Bel Air. She was
well-to-do.
She was well-to-do.
Yeah, there you go.
And her husband's name was Novice.
Really?
Novice Boomhower. And he was a big game hunter in his day.
But he wasn't a novice at it.
No.
He
wasn't a novice at that.
No,
and he was
I decline. I decline. Thank you, but I decline. Mm-hmm.
Sit down. I can come take him if you want. Or you can push his booty down. If you push his booty down, he might just sit and...
He's gonna blow in his face a little.
He was in linoleum. That's where he made his money, and she was a socialite. So,
he's made himself comfortable.
Yes, is he okay?
Yeah, he's
fine. Okay. He's just gonna look at longingly.
He's all right.
So, in 1949, she was living life, right? Things got iffy for her at this time. She started a furniture business and that went under, and she had a couple loans and she
was in some financial trouble.
Yes. So she was starting to sell off some of her things, right? And she put her house on the market, her Bel Air home.
Yeah.
She had a lot of friends. But
They said she was always happy, the life of the party.
yeah, they called her the Merry Widow.
Yeah,
Actually,
they didn't say that people had speculated that she had taken her own life, right? Because they found her purse
right,
in
right.
a telephone booth, and then it said somebody had written on it, for police, we found at the beach, but there was no sign of like
There was no
sand or anything
anything.
on it.
Yeah, yeah.
And so people speculated that she might have like, you know, walked into the ocean, but they said everybody who knew her said that she was
Yeah.
happy. She didn't have,
Right.
you know.
And that's what happened when the suicide subject came up later,
Yes.
because they're just like, no. And at the time, like, people that say she might have been sad about like
the anniversary of her husband's
death and
Yeah.
selling off her things. But at the time, she was still wearing on her person like $25,000 worth of jewels daily, which is
That's a
equivalent
lot.
to 260,000 worth of jewels today.
Which, wouldn't that pay off your house
I know.
too?
Yeah, I know, right?
So,
so
I mean, how much was she in debt? That's the question.
yeah, that's true, and there is speculation about that. And she did have like a business manager and attorneys and stuff, so they can probably speak to that. But
or maybe it was the business managers and attorneys.
Yeah,
because didn't they declare her dead like sooner than the 90 days because because her attorneys wanted to settle her estate, and then
they
reversed it, but that's still suspicious to me.
So yeah, the day before she disappeared, she was supposed to have dinner with her friend Stella, but Mimi canceled, and Stella's like, yeah, fine, whatever. And then the day she disappeared, she saw her business manager, and she said she was meeting a gentleman that evening, but would call her business manager around 8:30 because they had something to talk about. But she never called him, and all attempts for him to call her were not answered. And then a couple days later, Stella became concerned and sent police to her house. All the lights were on, doors were locked, salad on the kitchen table. No, her car was in the garage. So
they also said she had a credit card in her purse too when they found it, right?
Right,
which is crazy that she has a credit card, because most single women would not be allowed to have a credit card back then.
I know,
without their husband's consent. Although she was a widow, so
right. If someone had abducted her, right, then that would be a motive to take her stuff. But they delivered the purse back, so I don't know. And maybe the people that found it weren't involved, and they just wanted to. Yeah, maybe they didn't want to be implicated. Yeah. I don't know. But here's a couple odd facts that I made note of. There was a postcard found in Mimi's mailbox. It was from Long Island, and all it said was, "Olga gave me your news," from Lillian. And Olga was the name of her sister, okay? But Olga could not, she's like, I have no idea who this Lillian person is. So why would she be giving her news and Lillian writing to Mimi? Very suspicious. Was it lost in the mail? I don't know, but she does know an Olga in her sister.
Right. But Olga doesn't know Lillian.
Right. So who is this Lillian? Yeah. That's what was it ever investigated? I could find no evidence that they could find a Lillian that she knew that was in her circle or her sister's circle. Right. So there was also a couple of witnesses saw a middle-aged man. He was seen in an expensive car near Mimi's house.
Wasn't it in the driveway, like next to her house?
I think it was. Yeah, it was like in one of the, and he was kind of like looking over at her house, which they found suspicious, but maybe they didn't think of anything at the time because she was trying to sell her house.
Right.
So maybe he's like, I kind of like that house. Who knows? But I couldn't, I wrote it down, but I'm like, I don't know if it was one time they saw this man or if it was more than once, you know? and no middle-aged man ever came forward to say, I was that man, and
I was that man.
I was that man, and I was actually, no, I was waiting for my neighbor to, come bring me supplies. I don't know. They never said. So that is suspicious.
It is suspicious.
And then Mimi went to a furrier. She wasn't a furry. Okay.
Wasn't a furrier like for furs?
Fur coats.
Fur coats,
back then. She was probably having a fur coat specially made. And she was talking to him and she's like, no, you know what? I have to talk to my husband first.
Which is odd because her husband's dead.
Right. And then she corrected herself a few minutes later. I have to talk to my family is what I meant. But her siblings all said like she never consulted them before buying anything like that before.
And didn't her sister live like a long way away?
Yeah. So she's like, why would she call me and about this fur coat? And she would never call me about these things or write me or whatever. And like you said, her purse was found in the phone booth. And then it was 11 days after her disappearance, the judge declared her dead. And so the attorney can pay and access estates, pay off her and access her estates. And then months later after that, the same exact judge reversed it.
So strange.
If it was a different judge, would it be different? Or is the same judge, does that implicate that the judge is somehow involved? Right?
He's keeping me warm though.
Good. It is cold down here.
Yeah.
But I mean, just creepy stuff. Like
that is creepy.
The Lillian thing gets me because it's like, who is this Lillian person? I mean, she's supposed to know a lot of people, so it could have been.
Just makes me think of A League of Their Own. Who's Lou?
Who's Lou?
The driver.
Yeah. Who's Lillian? Right.
Mm-hmm.
But I did write down like a couple suspects. Okay. The first one is named Tom Evans, and he was seen with Mimi, the Hollywood Roosevelt Hotel, a few days earlier. No one knows what they were doing. No one knows what they were talking about. They speculate he wanted to do some sort of gambling thing, and she would not allow him to do that. I don't
like
know.
with her money, or
not with her money, but like in her some place that she owned. She didn't want any gambling occurring in that. And this Tom Evans guy worked for Tony the Hat Cornero.
The Hat.
He was nicknamed the Hat. I don't know why, but he probably wore hats. I'll have to look him up and show you a picture. Right
Didn't
here.
Everyone wear hats in the 40s?
That's what I thought. Like a little feather.
Maybe they didn't. Maybe they only did it in the movies.
Yeah. But I thought the Hat. I feel like I've heard of him before. Tony the Hat. And he claimed this Tom Evans guy is like, I don't know her at all. And he denied ever meeting him, though people saw him with her. So this is just like
well, that's sketchy.
Right?
Yeah.
Right? He's denying everything. And there's no camera.
Why? I mean, he was clearly seen with her, so why would he deny it?
Right. Well, he could have just been like, those people don't know what they're talking about, and that's not me. But this is just a speculation that like the mob was somehow involved because he worked for that man, the Hat.
Okay.
So if
Mimi that broad.
Yeah, I didn't know her. So,
I didn't know her.
If she pissed anyone from the mob off, it would make sense because they don't want to really rob her, but would they?
They don't need her money.
They need her gone if she knows too much, kind of thing.
Or they, disrespected her, or she disrespected them, and they have an image to uphold.
Right. Yes. So that's how things work with the mob. So I hear.
I don't really know.
I
can't say I know.
But yeah. Another kind of theory they had was that she had recently eloped with someone that no one knew about, which
would make the postcard make more sense. The
news that she got married. Yeah. And that would set like, oh, she does have a husband, but she's trying to keep it secret when she was talking to the furrier guy.
But why would she keep it secret?
Right.
Wouldn't she be happy that she remarried?
Yeah. I think one of the things was she wanted to get married for financial reasons because she was in debt. And then when the man found out that how in debt she was, he offed her. But who was this man?
But why would he offer either? Just to be rid of her?
And if she married for money, he obviously has money. So why is he concerned about that? I don't know. But my husband married me and I have debts. So
yeah, same.
So he hasn't killed me yet. So we'll see.
Ooh, we went to a dark place, huh?
Yeah. Yeah. And like as you were saying, suicide was a theory too.
Yes.
But they all called her the Merry Widow. They never found a body, which if you're committing suicide, like you can't move your body. Right? You can't conceal your body.
Unless you walk into the ocean where her purse was said to be found by the people who placed it in a telephone box, which by the way, why would you place it in a telephone box?
That is weird, right?
And then say it was found on the beach and there was no sand on it. And maybe they said when it was found too.
Right.
You know, and why would they wrote on the purse too, apparently.
Yeah, there's like a note on it.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe they found it and they didn't want it in their possession because it looked suspicious. And they're like, oh, this is the Lee's purse.
But wouldn't you turn it into the police station? But I guess then you would be tied to the bag.
Right. They'd be suspicious of you, probably.
But that seems like guilty behavior too.
Yeah. It's all about your personality. Like if maybe the person who found it had some run-ins with the law before and they didn't want to get tied up in it again. They're just like, I'm going to do this. And I don't know, but you'd think they'd want to be helpful to the investigation, right? That is a good point. You know, that's very suspicious that her person.
A lot of weird circumstances.
Yeah. A lot of eerie, creepy things going on that are unexplained to this day. And it's been what?
But I'm guessing that she
80
probably got herself into some hot water somehow and got killed that way.
Yeah.
I mean, like I said, unless she walked into the ocean, which doesn't seem plausible because there was no sand on the purse. And sand gets everywhere.
That's true.
I mean, if anybody has ever been to the beach one time, they've brought so much sand home, even more than they've even thought.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
So
there's usually some trace evidence of the sea. You can't bring something to the beach and not have some traces of sand or something on it. Exactly. Another theory is an intruder, just a random intruder. Maybe that guy in the car.
And also, why would you bring your purse to the beach if you were going to walk into the ocean? Just leave it at your house.
Right. Oh, also, there was the taxi services were called, like the taxi services in the area. And they're like, no, we never received a call to go that address. So she wasn't picked up by a cab.
And her car was still at home.
And her car was still there.
So that seems more of like a abduction murder scenario too.
Right. Because if she was leaving by herself, I don't know how close Bel Air is to the beach. I don't know
these things either.
The geography of that. Mm-hmm. But you'd think she'd need a cab or some ride to the beach, and a friend would be able to say if they did.
If anybody knows how close Bel Air is to the beach, put it in the comments. Yeah. Also, put your theories in the comments.
That would be great. Yeah.
If you've heard of this mystery disappearance, and have any other aspects of the case that you've heard that you'd like to share,
Yeah. Well, that's another thing is like the insured, because she was selling her house.
Mm-hmm.
So they said maybe somebody made an appointment to see her house. She was there. They killed her. And that's how they got in.
But there was no signs of struggle at all.
No struggle, no robbery. There was a salad. She seemed like she was going to eat the salad. Why would she waste? Why would you make a salad and then go?
And if your car's there,
suicide.
somebody must have picked her up.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very mysterious.
But she 7 years later, she was officially declared dead.
Yeah.
No trace of her has ever been found. And when I was looking through this, there was a lot of podcasts, but there was not a lot of information. There was something with the Charlie Project, and then there was this other unsolved thing. But I was looking for like a Wikipedia page or anything about it. There's not that much about it
Really?
on there.
That
Kind
in
an old
of
case.
itself is
Yeah.
mysterious.
Yeah.
It's famous, but not famous enough to
Right.
really know anything about it.
Right. So, but that was our mystery.
Yep.
For the day. I hope you guys liked it. If you've heard of it before, I hope this brought you some new information.
Even if it didn't, it's nice to review.
Yeah, nice to review. Let us know what you think happened. Which of these theories you find the most plausible
or interesting.
Yeah. But thanks for tuning in.
Yeah, thanks for stopping by our corner of the internet.
Till next time.
Yeah, take care. Bye.
We are Relatably Random, produced and hosted by Allison Rossbaum and Katie Anderson. Music by The Trouble. Relatably Random is recorded in Katie's basement. Please like and subscribe if you're random. Follow us on Instagram at Relatably Random Pod. Thank you so much for listening.